everyone, I am Monica from IELTS 9. I am here again with another reading, in fact challenging reading I can say. So of this word, black rats and animals, throughout the reading they are talking about rats and animals comparison and all. That's why I have selected this reading, and let's check what kind of questions they have given us. So some printing, light printing is there, so please bear with me and try to do reading with me, practice with me I mean to say. So first type of question, which paragraph contains the following information? Question number 1 to 4. Now next is true false not given. Next type of question we have fill in the blanks, but we have to choose the words from this help box. Okay, so if you want to do this question first you can do it, but I always start my reading with first type of question, that is list no this is which section contains the following information. It means they have given you these 1 to 4 questions in the form of information. So we have to find these information statement into these paragraph from A to G paragraph. So here point to be noted, any paragraph name can come twice, or uh, means we okay, so how to do which section, which paragraph contains the following information, it's important. This is not like list of heading. So in list of heading we need to choose one option, one heading for each paragraph, but this is they have given more paragraphs and information are only four questions. So it means many paragraphs will be like that. In that paragraph you will not get any question, any information. So 4 questions are there, 4 paragraphs we need to select. Okay, carefully we will read all the options first, underline the things, and we will read all the paragraphs one by one. But here IELTS reading tips and tricks is here when we will be reading the paragraphs. So please, whatever the important words are coming into your way, when you are like these words I'm getting it, okay, so I will underline the thing. If some person name or city name or year name is there, please do like that circle. Always differentiate between your underline or circle the things, means annotation tools when you are skimming the paragraph, because definitely you need to do underline the things. If you do underline for every word, then there is no point. Like if I do it like that, like I'm doing it, so you will do so many words. So if you distinguish between your key like points, for the names and all I have done circle, and for the simple things or definitions kind of thing I have done underline the things. You can easily locate the words for next type of question. Okay, so let's read all the options. For first instructions we have already read. Which paragraph contains the following information? These 4 questions are the piece of information, and paragraphs are 7 A to J. So I will read all the options first from 1 to 4. A comparison is there between rats learning and human learning. So comparison will be there between rats and human. So my important point keyword here is rats and human comparison. Reference to the earliest study. Now earliest study in animal learning. So earliest means oldest, some history kind of thing. So not necessary that you will get the same word. So earliest means you can get olden days study or olden days research, or maybe 1700, 1900 or 1600 date may be there. Okay, so most probably these kinds of information we will get in A number paragraph. Discovery of who striped the pine cone. So pine cone of course, and who striped and discovery kind of thing, but who striped the pine cone we have to find, and the discovery. Description of a cost effectiveness experiment. So cost effectiveness here means some money related thing, some profit margin related thing may be talking about the research studies or experiment. Now we will go to paragraph one by one. I have a request, please do practice with me. Okay, I will be showing you paragraph as well as question statement also. Let's go through all full paragraph, because this is not matching heading. This is which section it contains the information. Means information can be in any part of the paragraph. Okay, but side by side I will try to understand the things, what are the important things they are discussing in this paragraph. So is rooted in the work of this person name is here. The famous scientist who discovered and documented the principle in the 1900s. See this, all date is given. Is rooted in the work of this, the famous scientist who discovered and documented the principles of governing how animals, humans included, learn in the 1900. Two basic kinds of learning or occur. Classical conditioning. I think they are talking about one information. I will just show it to you. Till then I am reading all the things. Going through, I am skimming the paragraph for next type of question also, where an animal learns. Learning is also there. Wow. Conditioning happens when an animal learns to associate a neural stimulus. Has a classical example of classical condition is a dog's ability to sound of a bell has no meaning to the dog with the presentation of food and dogs. They are talking about dog here. Years of learning research have led to the creation of a highly processed learning again that can be used to understand and predict how under what condition animal will learn, including human. See this, clear words we are getting a comparison between human and animal. So it was in one information. So in first option they were talking comparison between rats learnings. Rat is also there. So no, rat is also there or not? Comparison between rat learning and human learning. So human learning we have got, I think they are talking about dash this dogs here. Two basic condition. Somewhere they were talking about, but comparison is going on. So comparison between rats learning and human learning. So for, but yes, I am not getting rat, so I can't select this answer. Okay, but yes, a reference to the earlier study in animal learning. Throughout the paragraph they were talking about animal learning. So earliest date is 1900s. So humans include, how animals, humans included, learn in 1900s. So throughout the paragraph they were talking about animal learning, and in the 1900 this theory was developed by this person. So a reference to the earliest study in animal learning, so we can write about a number paragraph. So rats, this human learning and comparison we can't match because there is no rat kind of talking. Throughout the paragraph they were talking animals, but specifically dogs learning. That's why we can match it with A, not first number question. Now next paragraph we will read. Role models are a popular notion for guiding child development. For recent years, very interesting research has been done on learning by examples in other animals. If subject of animal learning is taught very much of conditioning, it places too much emphasis on how we allow animals to learn. And now they don't get confused with first animal learning, because here it is, here they are talking recent years experiment about animal learning, but we were looking for earliest. That's why this is not answer with B number will not come with second one. Animals to learn and enough how they are equipped to learn. To teach a course of mine I have been dipping. So nothing they have taught about. They're talking about animals, mammals, sheep, they are thing. Okay, now go on. Now C paragraph. B paragraph I have done. Now C paragraph, let's find it. The research reported in one paper, okay, started with school field trip to Israel, to a pine forest where many pine cones were discovered striped to the central core. So the investigation started, okay. So no weighty theoretical intent, but was directed at finding out what was eating. Oh, striped pine cone. Pine cones is also there. Discovery of who striped the pine cone. Okay. So I think this is relating with third number. Let's read it again. School research reported in one paper started with a school field trip to Israel to a pine forest where many pine cones were discovered striped to the central core. Okay. Who striped the pine cone? Okay. So investigation started with no weighty theoretical intent but was directed at finding out what was eating the nutritious pine seeds and how they managed to get. The culprit proved to be versatile and athletic black rat, and technique was to bite each cone. It means discovery of who striped the pine cone. So here C we will write. Okay, C will come. Now we have left comparison between rats and human and cost effective experiment. Now D paragraph. Okay, black rats were found to lack the skill, were unable to learn it, even housed with experiment cone stripers. However, infants of urban mothers, crows fostered by urban black rats were found to be okay. However, infants of urban mothers, crows fostered by striper mothers acquired the skill, whereas infants of striper mothers fostered by urban mother could not. So, what they are talking? Urban mother, human being or rats? I don't understand here. Further, elegant experiments showed that naive adults could develop the skill if they were provided. Okay, let's move to next part of this paragraph. So here they are talking about rats, but we are looking for human also. Human rats and human learning. So learning, of course, how infants of mothers crossed fostered by striped mothers acquired the skill. Skill means like learning of, whereas infant of striped mother fostered. Okay, further elegant experiment showed that the naive adults could develop the skill if they were provided with cones from which the first complete spiral of scales had been removed. For rather like our new photocopier, which you can work out how to use one, someone has shown us how to switch it on. In the case of rats, the youngsters take away cones from, she is still feeding. Okay, if they provided the cones from which the first complete had been removed, rather like our new photocopier. I think this is they are talking about human being, but I am not clear, so I will not mark it. So question mark, I have done it, because that question, if I have not completed or I have not achieved the answer, then I will just mark it question mark still, but I will write it here D. In fact, rats are their new photocopier, which you can work out how to use. Someone has shown you how to switch it on. I think this experiment they are talking about human being, but still we will read other readings, other paragraph also. E paragraph, we can read it like that. A good example of adaptive bearing, we might conclude that, but let's see the economies. Economies is related to cost kind of thing. This was determined by measuring oxygen uptake of rat striping of a cone in a metabolic chamber to calculate energetic. So experiment, of course they are talking. Calculate energetic cost is also there, and comparing it with the benefit of the pine seeds measured by this and this, the cost proved to be less than 10%. So of course they are talking about cost effective experiment, so I will just mark it E number. This is under doubt, so we will just solve it at the end. If now let's move to next question. Still we have left F and G paragraph, so we will not read. First we will go to next question. True false not given. The field trip to Israel, so we know Israel, where they were talking in B paragraph, they have started talking about Israel. Now how to do true false not given? We will read the statement first, we will come out with the keyword like we have done it. Black rats learn to stripe pine cones. So words were there in that paragraph. Now what is the condition when it is going to be true and false and not given? If instead of field trip to Israel, instead of Israel they may be talking something other country, then it will be false. And instead of black rats, some other animal name is there, learn to stripe pine cone, then it will be false. And instead of striping pine cone, some other fruit name is there, then of course it will be false. And if they are not talking about this part, how black rats learn to stripe pine cones, then not given. And if they are not talking about the field trip to Israel was to investigate how, then again it will be not given. Okay, so we know where they were talking about Israel. Hello, please subscribe, like and do positive comment in my on my channel. Okay, so we know they were talking about in B A, so there was no in B also. Israel is here. Israel paragraph is here. We can see this. So let's find. So this is the paragraph relating to school field trip to Israel. So here the field trip to Israel, it is same given, it is there. Pine stripe to the central core. Pine forest they are talking, fine forest. So let's read it. The field trip to Israel was to investigate how black rats learn to stripe pine cones. The research reported in one paper started with a school field trip to Israel, it is correct, to a fine forest where many pine cones were discovered, striped to the central core. So the investigation, again investigation, so these Israeli school field trip, they investigated, investigation started with no weighty theoretical, with no having theoretical ideas and all, but was directed at finding out what was eating the nutritious pine seeds and how they managed to get them out. So culprit they have got, it was black rat. So how, no, see this, they were not having any knowledge whether who was eating this, who was striped pine cone. There were no clue. Instead it is given with no weighty theoretical intent, but here it is given how black rats learn to stripe. So this was not the investigation was who is doing, who is striping the pine cones, not black rat. So finally they got the culprit, it was black rat. It means contradiction of statement is there, that's why it is false. Got it? It is false, it is not correct. It, the field trip to Israel was to investigation, up to investigation it is correct, but after that they were not learning, they were not investigating about black rat particularly, they were investigating who had done this striping pine cones. Got it? My point is clear, hopefully. Sixth, the pine cones were striped from bottom to top. Now pine cones everywhere you will get striped from bottom to top, if by black rats. Okay, if it was from bottom to top, then it will be true, and it was and it will be in from top to bottom, from upper to lower, then it will be false, and it should be black rats only. So in the same paragraph I think we will get location. Now they have started talking about black rat. We are looking for 6 number question. The culprit proved to be versatile and athletic black rats. Okay, and the technique was to bite each cone scale off at its base. Okay, in sequence from base to tip. Base means bottom, tip means top, following the spiral growth pattern of the cone. So what is the answer for this? Decided. This is absolutely true. Pine cones were striped from bottom to top. From base is bottom, tip is top. Got it? Seventh, it can be learned from other relevant experiences to use a photocopier. Yes, photocopier we have read in, yes, in the same paragraph, I think D. So it can be learned. So photocopier word is here in the D paragraph, what we were reading it, that's why I remember that this word was in that paragraph. It, so it is natural that where you will get the location of 5th, after that you will get the location of 6th, and then 7th. So sequence wise you will get the locations. Okay, so we were reading about photocopier. It can be learned from other relevant experiences to use a photocopier. If it can be learned means striping of pines and all, then to use a photocopier, then it will be true. Okay, this photocopier is not a person. I was just thinking that this is a person. Okay, no, It can be learned from other relevant experiences to use a photocopier. Okay. Further elegant experiments showed that naive adults could develop the skill if they were provided with cones from which the first complete spiral of scales had been removed, rather like our new photocopier, which can work out how to use once someone has shown you how to switch it on. It can be learned from other relevant experiences to use a photocopier. From other further elegant experiments showed that naive adults could develop, whereas infants of location is this, but it can be learned from other relevant experiences. Other relevant experiences, further elegant experiments showed that could develop the skill. So could develop the skill means learning they are talking. And further elegant experiments from other relevant experiments they are talking. Develop the skills if they were provided with cones from which the first complete spiral scale had been removed, rather than like our new photocopier, which you can work out how to use once someone has shown how to switch in case of reds. Maybe it is also true, because for this question really I am really confused about this. Eighth, striping. So for me it is true, but still direct they are not talking about other relevant experiences to use a photocopier. That's why it can be not given also. You can always text me, because this question I am not confirm about whether it is true or not given. Striping the pine cones is an instinct of the black rats. Here also this is also confused, because most of the students you must not be knowing the meaning of this instinct. Striping the pine cones is an instinct of the black rats. Instinct here means innate quality. Okay, so striping, yeah, here they are talking. In the case of rats, youngsters take cones away from the mother when she is still feeding on them, allowing them to acquire the complete striping skills. So means striping the pine cones is an instinct of the black rats. So here they have started talking about another thing. So let's read it here. Let's find it. Is an instinct of black rats. So black rats and mother, here they are talking only. We can read it. Crows fostered by striper mother acquired the skill, whereas infants of striper mothers fostered by an urban mother could not. Clearly the skill had to be learned from the mother. Yes, clearly skill had to be learned from the mother. Here it is given, striping the pine cones is an instinct of the black rats. So this is false, because instinct means innate quality, but here they are saying whereas the infants of striper mothers fostered by an urban mother could not. Clearly the skill had to be learned from the mother. What about, yes, they are talking about black rats only. Feeding allow them to complete the okay, skill, striping skill again here also. In the case of rats, the youngsters take cones away from the mother when she is still feeding on them, allowing them to acquire the complete striping skills. Means here also they are saying it should be learned. It is not an instinct quality, so that is false. Now look at this question from question number 9 to 13. Complete the summary using words from the box. Okay. So these are the words: less, social, remembered, nutcracker, more, catcher, and observer, washed, and G. Okay. Let's read it. So here IELTS reading tips and tricks. This is blank. The words before blank and after blanks. But here I think it is full stop. I don't know whether it is full stop or new sentence. So the words before and after the blank are really important in getting correct answers. But these kinds of words are really important to get the location of the question statement. Okay. So it is definitely, it is 99% sure that you will get the location of 10th question after the ninth question location. Okay. First we will find nutcracker, catch the seeds, J. J is important word to find. Okay. So now we have left here F and G paragraph. F and G paragraph. So nutcracker I can see over here. Before that I think there was no word like nutcracker. So nutcracker word here, J is also here, and we will start finding the location of our this ninth number in this paragraph. So nutcracker, while the nutcracker is more able to catch seeds. Okay. So J is also there. The J realize. Okay. And the J, this person. Okay. The former is a specialist catching 30,000 or seeds scattered location. It will recover over the months of winter. The Mexican J will also catch food. Okay. So catching food is the word we have come out, but is much less dependent upon than this nutcracker. Nutcracker is more reliable, they are talking, is more able to catch seeds. The J relies, or not realize, it is relies on catching food, and is thus specialized, is thus less specialized in his this ability, but more. Okay, more also we are looking, and relies. The Mexican, we will read from here. The Mexican J will also catch food. Okay, J catch food, but is much less dependent upon than nutcracker. The two specifies also differ in their social structure. Also differ in their social structure. Nutcracker being rather solitary, while J forages in social groups. So social groups relies means, I think this relies is dependent. Yes, before relies means dependent. So dependent is here, it means less word will come, because less here it is, less is also given. So we can just select less word, less over here. Yes, I was forgetting this. Relies dependent. It means before the word before blank. This is paraphrasing they have done, and J is also there. Catching food is also there. So it means relies less. Less word was given over here also. And next word is, yes, it is given. The two species also differ in their social structure. The nutcracker, rather being solitary, means single, while J forages in social groups, means he believes more in social groups. So here we can write whatever it is given, social word is given. So we can write social. Okay, now 10th, 11th we will find. In the experiment, some other experiment, catcher bird hide seeds in the ground while the other dash. Okay, catcher bird hide seeds in the ground while the other. As a result, nutcracker and Mexican Jay showed different performance in the role of. Okay, let's read the another one also. Bird word is here. Just so here bird is here. Here in this the experiment is also there. The catcher bird hides seeds in the ground to discover not just whether a bird can remember where it hid a seed, but also, see this, it can remember where it saw another bird hide a seed, while the other, it can saw another birds hide a seed. But also if it can remember where it can hide a seed. The design is slightly comical, with the catcher bird wandering with a room with lots of hole in the floor hiding while washed by. Okay, while the other, see this, They have started the sentence from here, but how they have expanded? The catcher bird hides seeds in the ground while the other what the other person what the other bird had done, that it can remember where it saw another bird hide a seed. So means so is given. So maybe washed. But let's read little bit more. A comical with a cashier bird wandering about a room with lots of hole in the floor hiding while washed by, oh yeah, washed word is there, washed, while the other washed we can write same word by an observer bird perched in the cage. Okay, so here we can write washed on the basis of this. While sentence structure is there, while the other, that's why now it is clear that sentence structure is important to find in the paragraph. While the other, while watched by an observer, watched, as a result the nutcracker and the Mexican jay, okay, nutcracker and jay is also there, showed different performance in the role of nutcracker, but also less discovery estimated random. Okay, in the role of cashier, not only nutcracker but also less specialized jay performed above chance. More surprisingly, however, jay is observer, nutcracker is role of cashier. Okay, so as a result, nutcracker and Mexican jay showed different performance in the role of at finding the seeds. Were successful. Nutcracker did not do much. It seems that where Nutcracker is hiding its seed, maybe then observers they are talking. Role of observers, because here it is given. See, this observer is given. Showed different. As a result, Nutcracker and Mexican Joe showed different performance in the role of observer. Finding the seeds. At finding the seeds, Nutcracker's no chance successful. Okay, finding the seed. The observing dash did not do as okay. They showed, both of them showed different performance in the role of observer at finding the seeds. The observing dash did not do as well as counterpart. Okay, highly adapted at remembering where it had. Okay, it seems that means nutcracker is highly adapted at remembering where it hide its own seed. The social living Mexican jay is more adept, mean more expert at remembering, but this nutcracker is not. So here nutcracker we will not write. This way we have finished.